Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Sunday's episode of Sister Wives. Finally, so episode before last, people might not be totally happy. I mean, Robyn's happy and that's really all that matters, right? But the lots have been assigned and finally people have come to some sort of agreement of who gets what lot. Now, we know that Christine doesn't plan on building on her lot just yet, but at least they've all been doled out. So in theory, okay, like finally we've made progress. It has been 2 years since they have moved to Flagstaff and they've done absolutely nothing on this property. It's actually quite tragic because it's a beautiful piece of property that you can literally do anything with. In this last episode, we see they're installing a water tank and that's progress, but that's actually pretty much probably the only thing that's actually been done on the property to this day. So everyone is content for the most part. It's probably the most positive way we can look at it. Lots have been assigned. So, of course, Janelle takes this opportunity to open old wounds from the past.
So I understand that Janelle talked to Christine and Kody about not wanting me to have the piece of property by the pond, and I've also heard, Kody say, I've got wives who really don't want Meri to be by the pond.
I think whoever lives there has got to be totally cool with easy access to the pond, no control of the pond.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I know
Cody's
that when we
saying
lived in
too.
the Lehi house, she didn't want the kids going through her house because it was a lot of traffic.
I expressed that I didn't want anybody living near the pond because I felt like that should be accessible to everybody. And I really did have a concern specifically about Meri because of some stuff that had happened in the past.
If I want to be out there at 5 a.m., I don't want anyone to be like, you can't be out there at 5 a.m. Or if someone wants to be out there at 10 p.m., I'm not going to be like, you can't be out there at 10 p.m. You know what I mean?
There is a lot of bad blood and history going back decades, really, between Meri, Janelle, and Christine. I think also from reading the book and what I've seen talked about on Reddit, this was a huge impetus for Meri to bring in a fourth wife because Christine and Janelle had problems with her. So, hey, here's Robyn. Let's even things out a little bit. So, Christine has already said that she didn't want her lot next to Meri. We didn't really dive too much into that. But then Janelle is saying that she doesn't want to have Meri have the lot next to the pond because she wants to have free access to the pond. And they bring up that when they were in the Lehi house, Christine and Janelle could not move freely between their sides of the home because Meri's was in the middle and she didn't want all that traffic going through her home, especially when she wasn't there. Now, Janelle and Meri's relationship has been a focal point on this series quite a bit. We've seen them going to family therapy. There was a point where they couldn't even ride in the same car together. And what's interesting is Janelle and Meri were actually friends. Janelle was married to Meri's brother prior to her being married to Kody. So there is a lot of dynamics and layers to this relationship that clearly have never really been dealt with or sorted because Janelle is really concerned that she's not going to be able to have access to this pond. Now, is it just me or I feel like all of the wives are being a little extra when it comes to all of their requirements for their lots, which is part of the reason why it took so long to get these lots agreed upon, who gets which lot got assigned to which wife. Now, okay, this is literally land. There is nothing there except for this pond and trees. You can do literally anything, any configuration you want. You can build up your lot however you desire. Most people would see that as a huge opportunity, like, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky I can build the house of my dreams. But not these ladies. These ladies, I can't live next to that person. I need to live here. I can't have trees. I need to be able to garden. I need to have free access to a pond. It's like, damn, like everyone chill out a little bit. Let's like take a step back. The two youngest kids besides Robyn's kids are Truly and Savannah. Savannah's a teenager. Truly's she's 11, so she'll still be at home for a while, but essentially it's in less than a decade, these kids are all going to be grown and moved out, and the wives having such strict requirements for their homes. I mean, I know we've seen this before. I know we've seen them arguing about French doors before, but I just think this is so extra. I think it also speaks to the dynamics of these relationships is we have wives talking about each other to each other, but nothing is getting directly hashed out because they're not discussing their problems. So this Lehi issue, it has been talked about, but they haven't lived in Lehi in years. So this has not been an issue for years. And honestly, like I like Janelle, but she's one of the wives that has the biggest like needs and requirements for her lot. She's getting the second biggest lot. I don't know if lot 4 and 5 are the same size, but she has one of the two big lots. She needs a lot of space, even though she literally is going to be an empty nester in less than 5 years. She needs all this space because she gardens. And not only does she need to have access to gardening, she needs to have all this access to the pond at whatever hour she sees fit, be it 5 a.m., be it 10 p.m. And I'm not saying Meri should be able to lord over the pond or anything, but I was like, oh, well, no, I mean, we can criticize Kody for a lot of things, but no wonder nothing has been done in 2 years. This is like a non-starter. You literally can't even have a conversation because everybody is at different points. Nobody is on the same page. I'll be really interested to hear what you guys had to say. Did you guys see it the same way I did? I was just like, man, we finally made some progress, and now here we are back to square one. So, and not to mention, it seemed especially kind of messed up because Kody and Meri, they're by no means in a functional relationship, but they have been getting along better than they have been. And then Janelle just comes in and kind of throws a wrench in things. And I'm like, damn, like, did you really have to do that? So anyways, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.